Princess Leonor and Prince Christian, the love story that captured Europe's heart. It began in the halls of royalty. The glittering events, the cameras, the unending attention, this is where fairy tales are born, yet where real love often struggles to survive. But then, something unexpected happened. Two heirs, from two of Europe's most storied monarchies, found each other. And it wasn't just a fleeting glance or a whispered greeting, it was a connection that stunned the continent. People thought royal romances were scripted, but this felt raw, genuine, electric. Princess Leonor of Spain had always been in the public eye. Groomed for duty, trained to serve, yet there was a part of her life that the world rarely saw, a tender, curious heart looking for something real. Prince Christian of Denmark carried a similar weight. A young man destined to rule, expected to smile and wave, to perform the duties assigned to him, but behind the polished veneer, he was searching for a love that could breathe, not just endure. Their first meeting was unremarkable, at least on the surface. A shared event for European youth leaders. Crowds, cameras, and countless dignitaries surrounded them. Yet amid the orchestrated chaos, Leonor and Christian found themselves talking, not about protocol, not about monarchy, but about music, books, and dreams of a life beyond the palace walls. It was a conversation that lasted hours, unnoticed by most, but it planted a seed. From that first meeting, something subtle yet profound began to grow. They exchanged letters, carefully written and discreetly delivered. These were not notes for the press, not gestures for approval. These were confessions, small glimpses into their true selves. Leonor wrote of her studies, her desire to connect with people beyond the palace gates. Christian wrote about his travels, his love for art, and the weight of expectations that often felt suffocating. Every letter drew them closer, building a bridge between two lives shaped by duty yet yearning for freedom. And then, the whispers began. Courtiers noticed the small signs, shared laughter, lingering glances, a protective hand on a crowded balcony. The press speculated. Europe watched, hungry for a story that combined glamour with the impossible notion of genuine connection. Yet, both families exercised caution. Royal romances were delicate, often manipulated for political favor or public appeal. But this love had a sincerity that made it impossible to contain. Their first official appearance together was a revelation. Walking side by side at a charity gala, their ease and chemistry were undeniable. People leaned closer to catch the subtle gestures, a reassuring touch, a shared smile, an unspoken understanding. Photographers tried to capture the essence of what was happening, but no lens could truly capture the warmth, the electricity, the quiet defiance of young love blooming under centuries of tradition. But love in the royal spotlight is never without its trials. Friends and advisors expressed concern. Could two heirs, bound by duty and history, ever maintain a private bond? What of politics, public expectation, and tradition? These questions shadowed their early months together, yet they only strengthened the connection. Every obstacle, every skeptical glance, seemed to draw them closer. They became a team, united not just by affection but by shared understanding of the responsibilities that awaited them. One of the most telling moments came during a state visit. Leonor was scheduled to deliver a speech on youth engagement in governance. Christian, observing from the front row, seemed merely a supportive guest, but attentive eyes noticed the pride in his expression. There was no performative admiration, it was personal. Every nod, every glance, conveyed a silent message: I see you. I support you. In the world of royalty, that is revolutionary. As their relationship deepened, Europe's fascination grew. People wanted to know, how did they spend their time together? How did they balance love with duty? Sources close to the couple described evenings spent in quiet conversation, walks in palace gardens, and shared laughter over seemingly trivial things. They discovered the profound intimacy of ordinary life, a rarity for those living in extraordinary circumstances. Rumors of engagement began circulating after a seemingly ordinary holiday. Family photos captured Leonor and Christian at ease, smiling in ways that suggested a new chapter. When questioned, spokespeople remained tight-lipped, only fueling speculation. And then, the announcement came. It was understated but powerful. A union not just of two people, but of two hearts that had weathered scrutiny, expectation, and the weight of history. Their engagement was a masterclass in subtlety and grace. Rather than an extravagant display, the couple chose moments that reflected authenticity. A quiet dinner with family. A walk in the Danish countryside. A private conversation captured on candid film. These were not gestures for the public, but glimpses of real love, unfolding naturally. Yet, even amid joy, challenges remained. Political commentary debated the implications of the union. Traditionalists questioned whether blending two royal houses would alter centuries of precedent. Social media buzzed with speculation, commentary, and admiration. Through it all, Leonor and Christian remained steadfast. Their focus was not on the narrative imposed by the outside world, but on each other, and on the life they were building together. The wedding day itself was both a culmination and a beginning. Across Europe, eyes were glued to the celebrations. The ceremony balanced reverence for tradition with the couple's personal touches, symbols that represented their shared experiences, their love, and their vision for the future. Leonor's choice of attire reflected a nod to heritage while embracing modernity. Christian's vows, tender yet resolute, spoke not only to commitment but to partnership. Even as confetti rained and trumpets sounded, the most profound moments were quiet. A shared glance during the exchange of vows. A gentle squeeze of hands. A private smile that conveyed, without words, the depth of their bond. Those fleeting seconds, invisible to the untrained eye, captured the essence of their story, two hearts committed not merely to tradition, but to each other. In the days following, Europe witnessed a subtle but significant transformation. Leonor and Christian moved seamlessly between ceremonial duties and intimate moments. State receptions, diplomatic engagements, and public appearances became opportunities to showcase not just their royal roles, but the strength of their partnership. Observers noted that their love seemed to amplify their individual capacities, to govern, to connect, and to inspire. Historians would later note this love story as emblematic of a new era in monarchy. One where personal happiness and duty are not mutually exclusive, where emotional authenticity coexists with tradition, and where young leaders redefine the possibilities of public life. Their union became a symbol, not only of romance, but of hope. That even within structures centuries old, genuine connection can flourish. And yet, the story is far from over. There are future challenges, inevitable obstacles, and the continuous balancing act that comes with public life. But what makes this love story remarkable is not the absence of struggle, it is the unwavering commitment to one another amid pressures that few can comprehend. Every glance, every gesture, every shared laugh adds a chapter to a narrative that Europe will remember for decades. Princess Leonor and Prince Christian's love story reminds us that even amid pomp, protocol, and centuries of expectation, the human heart remains capable of extraordinary connection. It is a story of courage, tenderness, and the quiet rebellion of choosing love when it is neither convenient nor scripted. It is a story that captured Europe's heart, and continues to captivate us because it is real. From the first clandestine conversation to the public celebrations, from shared dreams to shared responsibilities, Leonor and Christian have shown that love can exist in the most unlikely of places, within the glittering, scrutinized world of royalty. Their journey is a testament to resilience, authenticity, and the enduring power of connection. And as Europe watches them continue to navigate life together, the story grows richer, more nuanced, and ever more inspiring. Because in a world often dominated by spectacle, they remind us that the truest magic lies not in crowns or titles, but in the simple, profound act of two people choosing each other every day. This is not a fairy tale written for the headlines. This is the lived reality of Princess Leonor and Prince Christian, a love story that captured Europe's heart and continues to define a new chapter in the story of monarchy itself.